to show you a child whose parents were, he had lost his parents. He was all alone, and what to do. There were remand homes, and there were some places where they would often teach children. But please remember, if there are many children in the remand home at home, there are very few people who are working there. They don't have time to spend actually amount of time with the child. This child was a 7-year-old boy, and they used to give him both feathery board for blood growth. See, this is a stage of malnutrition where there has to be good even F75 and stimulation was done in that place. And he was lying there, all alone by himself, whether somebody came back, gave him food, nothing matters to him. Then our Professor Michael Colgan went there and he decided something is wrong with this child. He is got sand and nobody is doing something for him. He started playing with that child, started having someone was going to that baby. He refused. For 5 days, Professor Michael Colgan used to every day go and throw the ball like we did today when we went to the NRC, the baby was picking up the ball and throwing back. He refused. After 5 days, he realized that there is somebody who is coming to me. I don't know him. From which he was a white, fair man coming to me. So he put a hand on that ball. Next day, he started throwing the ball and he started playing. Then he got clothes for him. This is the boy now, and now he is going around playing with children who are around in that place, who are left, or most of them are alone, and he started stimulating them. So you can bring, please remember, in the first 6 months, I repeat, there is rapid myelination. This is a period where malnutrition, hypothyroid, or any of the amino acid thing can bring about delay. You can bring them around with good stimulation, good nutrition and all. Then so what is actually the outcome of ECD? What will happen to a child who does not get a SAM type, does not get stimulation, no environmental factor, no good nutrition, what we have been talking about?
Deteriorate, sufficiently to make it.
Deteriorate between.
Good and interesting.
So he will physically and mentally he will go down. That means what is very important is first 6 months is a period when a child can go into SAM. When a child can go into any mental problem, his cognitive delay or language delay or learning problem can set up. And what we want to really prevent in this is prevent a child from next one. I am showing you a child, there is 2 cases. The one in the black dress is 52 months old. The one in the white dress is 26 or some months old. Which child you think is good? So you can see that the child who is 52 months and the child who is PEDM more or less height the same. But this child is stunted. Something happened with the child either in utero, she was small for days over with baby and was not taken care of during the first 6 months. Anything which happens in the first 6 months, she stunted throughout life. We have seen on many studies, those who are small for days, yes, it will teach them, they may pick up. But anything, if a malnutrition sets in the first 6 months, for nearly 62% or 72%, they are malnourished at 1 year and they can become 62% after 2 years. So first 1000 days in a child's life is very, very important. Not only for the brain this thing, but total. If a child is stunted, the brain is stunted, his life is stunted, and his mental capacity is stunted. So his whole life is spoiled if you don't take care of the child. So what we really want to show you is, please show your affection and love for the child. Every child is very precious. To that mother or to anybody, all of us, every child's interest, whatever they want. If he wants that toy, please put it there. You may not push it right to him, but let him take that toy what he wants. Let him select what he wants, so whatever he is interested in. And always praise and touch the child and say, oh, you're good. Like today we did with that child who was Down syndrome. We all clapped for that child and we were happy, to see that all of us were around and appreciate it. So it's very important to do that. Next one. Please invest in the prenatal period. That is a period where you should really invest. Any government program where they ask for, where funds have to be put, I think this is the most important period. Then of course the most important period is the early years, That is the first 5 years of a child's life, very, very important. Yes, of course, till 8 years, because that is how the cognitive development takes place. But what you put in before the preschool period, so it dwindles down very beautifully. So he has this future well settled. He is brainy, he knows what he has to do. Next one. So what is actually required, the policy which is required for supporting and improving, what is the strategy that is there for us? What do you desire? We all desire every child should be normal, should have his normal milestone developed. He should not undergo malnutrition or any of that. Is the strategy which is there. What is the target? I always believe don't put any targets. Don't tell me this should be finished by this time. What is good happening around, yes, please help. But don't lay down targets as well. Every child's behavior, every child or every attitude that the child has or we have around, they are totally different. Knowledge is different, programs are different. But see that whatever you want to do moves properly. Don't leave halfway. If you see a child and don't follow up that child, gone. That is not it should be. It should be followed. And the outcomes are always program related. What we really want to do is to see whether the impact with which we want it, what we are doing with around here. We are hoping that every child, every caregiver knows what exactly is to see, whether it is growth, whether it is behavior or whether it is development, they should know that. What is important is impart the knowledge that each and every caregiver of every day, whether he is health or nutrition or wash or whether he is gone into that other department, they all should come together. What we really care, what I have already told you, government should make, I think it is done but not everywhere. Very honestly, I think it is not done. Pre-antenatal care and delivery is a must, it should be there. Very important is paid paternity leave which is there, 6 months is there. I think even paid paternity leave is there for, I don't know, some period, somebody says 6 weeks, somebody says 4 weeks, whatever it is. At least it's there in the early phase to stimulate and develop health. Always important, this is not done. Birth registration is a must which should be done. I tried to find out even today, birth registration, what is done. We are not aware of where it is happening, what happened at the time of birth. If that is kept in place, then every one of us knows what is happening. Yes, capacity building and I think AAA are very, very important. And believe me, I think they do fantastic work. If you are with them, you are always praising them for what good they do. And don't ban them if they are not doing good, but tell them you are wrong. Improve yourself, they do very well. But it is not only the AAA, it's the parents. If you remember my part of the neuroprotective thing is the paternity, there is the maternal age. And that is the bond which the child loves. Free pre-primary education, I think it is done in many of the states. I don't know if it's done here. Still no. But yes, we do see that it is done free. And then later on, various laws are there and how the ministry works, in which collaboration, which stakeholder has the importance and all. It plays a very important role for a child to go up. Next one. There is a very good saying which is there. Life is a continuous one-way street. Please remember it's the one-way street. Not go back. I did not do this. Let me go back and try to do it. No. You missed the bus. So it is a one-way street. What happens at each stage? In utero, first trimester, second trimester, birth, and also afterward, including events before conception. This is very important. During pregnancy, I would say during lactation, has consequences of what follows. So your first part, 1000 days, if you take care, changing course is possible. Yes, some myelination fibers are here or there. Amalgase fibers tablets with the baby, IBPs will get proxtate. Some changes are there, but the changes we make later in life must contain with foundations that were laid down early life. So what is happening in the first 1000 days? Bear it up. Try to do whatever you want later on. You can't go back to that phase. It is something which we have to make an impact in the first, I would say 3 years is very important. Next one. And if you can guess about this picture, what I said, this is a child who wanted something very bad. And I know it was quite risky for that child, for us to do it, allow him to go and do it. So what the father did, he made a replica of that. Can you guess what it is? Stool. So every time the child would want water or boy, he wanted to jump into that. So the father thought, no, what do? I must make it have something. So he made a similar part. He got a slope, nice big one, so he can change it as a point. And look at the baby, she wants to say thank you to the father. This is the non-verbal way in saying thank you, father, I'm so happy.